Well, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to A Woman's Heart, where we uplift, motivate, encourage, and empower women. All right, ladies, we're back. We're back. We're back. We have a special guest. She's been on a couple of times, and we decided to do this stream because, we work in the community a lot. And in working in the community, we find out that we are less informed about certain things. And so we're doing this stream, whether you tune in live or you tune in on replay. And we are going to be talking about, because it's open enrollment for Medicare. And if my understanding is correct, it was extended to January. Um, and there's a lot of things that we as individuals don't know. um, and you may be a person who is receiving Medicare. You may be approaching that 65 mark, or you may be taking care of a family member that has Medicare, and you don't understand the ins and out. Just had a niece that was working with her uncle in reference to Medicare, and what she found out, she didn't know as much as she thought she did. And so, and me and Connie talking, we decided to do this stream to try to give you some insight to educate. Now, that's not my profession. That's not my profession. I'm a talker. So I got somebody on here who's been doing this 20 plus years, and she can do it with her eyes closed, walking backwards. So uh, I bring you what I know that you all can use, that you get the best information from. And she's been doing this a long time, and she specialized, because that's her heart and her passion, is helping seasoned citizens. So I'm gonna let Connie Constance Sullivan introduce herself, and you kind of give us a lead in.
Hi, everybody. My name is Constance Sullivan. Everybody calls me Connie. I'm a Medicare representative. I help seniors and people with disabilities that have Medicare to make sure that they're in the right plan, make sure that their medication is covered, their doctor takes the plan that they decide to join, help them disenroll out of HMOs if that's the case. But my this is the season that for Medicare for people who have the red, white, and blue card, and this is the season where you can pick the choice of your medical plan. Make sure that your doctor takes that plan, because a lot of times people take the plan and then they find out later that their doctor doesn't take the plan. So we can go right on Medicare and do a Medicare review for you. Check your plans, put all your medications in, your locations, your doctors, and it'll tell you exactly what plan will work for you. And it also tell you if you save money, how much your co-payments would be. Um, Everything that you need is real simple. Also, if you need Medicaid, we can assist you with receiving Medicaid. We can help you go online and apply for Medicaid if you need Medicaid. Um, if you need additional help, we can also assist you with that as well. So all you have to do is just, if you need some help, just ask. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to reach out and ask for it, and we'll do the best that we can to assist you in getting into the right plan. I know that it's real confusing because you're getting a lot of phone calls. You're also getting a lot of advertisement on TV telling you that they're going to give you back money from your Part B plan and all kind of things. You don't know what to do, which way to go, what's true, what's not true, and who to listen to and who not to listen to. Well, my answers come directly from Medicare. So if you want to know what you need to do, what's the best plan for you, what discounts you'll be available for, what services you'll qualify for, then you should call me so I can give you a Medicare review.
Okay, so what is the difference between Medicaid and Medicare? I know we get that a lot.
Medicaid is public aid. That's
Mm-hmm.
for people who needs medical assistance and they can't afford it. It's called Medicaid. Medicare is the red, white, and blue card. You can only get Medicare if you worked a certain amount of quarters in your life, and then you qualify for Medicare. A lot of people that work for CPS don't qualify for Medicare because they don't pay into it. So it's if you work for CPS, you might want to look into that because when you get 65 and you're looking for the red, white, and blue card, and then you can't receive it. Some people they file other things on their taxes, which makes them go into Medicare. But some people
Mm-hmm.
just work for CPS. CPS do not take out for Medicare. So that's something to think about and to look into. And Medicaid help with services like caretaker, um, Meals on Wheels, transportation,
Mm-hmm.
mobile medical equipment,
Mm-hmm.
but it does not cover in-home services like in-home medical doctors, physical
Mm-hmm.
therapy, the nurse monitoring service, physical occupational therapy, um, some mental health if it's virtual, it does, but Medicare allows you to have in-home visiting doctors where Medicaid does not. But I do believe that they are doing some virtual now in Medicaid. But
Mm-hmm.
the Medicare is the Cadillac of all insurances, and Medicaid is the Pinto.
Oh, okay. The Yugo, what they used to make. Yugo. Well, uh, me and Connie was out doing tablets in one of the senior facilities, and I thought this was interesting. She was doing a Medicare review, but on discussing with one of the residents, she discovered that this lady had been paying into her job insurance plus holding a Medicare card. And I don't think a lot of people are aware of that.
And that happens a lot when people retire and they just don't know when to let go. So usually they would have to run into somebody like me that say, okay, you don't really need this insurance. You have Medicare. So
Mm-hmm.
why you're paying into this insurance? And the if she was like really sick and needed all this insurance, but she wasn't even taking any medication, so her Medicare
Mm-hmm.
would have did her justice, just her Medicare. She did not need the work insurance too, so she was paying for the work insurance and she was paying for her Part B plan in Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
So she was buying all this medical insurance, and she was very healthy.
You're not using it.
Yeah,
It
she
wasn't needed, rather.
no, it wasn't needed, but she did call, and they told her, "Oh, you could have canceled this 30 days after you retired," but she had
Mm-hmm.
been in it for like 6 months.
Mm. Wow. That's a lot of money, though. That's a lot of money. If you add that up for the duration that she had, that's a, you know what you could have did with that money?
Yeah, it's
You
a lot.
can pay for something else. That's a
Yeah,
lot of money.
yeah, yeah. So she
So,
so she did cancel the work insurance and went with her Medicare.
okay. How many parts is it to Medicare?
A lot. But the main parts is A, B, C, and D, and that's Medicare, that's the Part D plan, and that's the PPO and the supplemental plans and all of that.
Mm-hmm. So if you're going to get Medicare, you should get A, B, C, and D. That will
Well, if
cover you.
you want to be in a PPO and have the advantages of the dental and vision that they do allow, you should get A,
Mm-hmm.
B, C, and D. But if you just want Medicare for your health insurance, you can get A, B. And if you taking medicine, you definitely want to get D.
Okay. So D is the medication portion.
D is prescriptions.
Oh, okay. These prescriptions. Okay, see, I'm learning too as we go because I don't know nothing about Medicare, but I'm fastly approaching the arena of Medicare. And it's best to know before you get in there, you hit that what they call a T65 zone. So
The
I
T
can be
means turning 65.
okay.
Why they
I
call
thought
it
it was
65.
I thought it was a zone. See,
That was a good one. But that's what 65 means, turning 65. Because that's when
okay.
all your benefits and everything kick in. And that's when you really want to talk to a person like me when you're turning
Hmm.
65, because it's going to all be Spanish if you have not been in contact with the benefits of Medicare. So if you're turning 65, you definitely want to call me.
Yeah, this is my biggest thing. As I've been, shadowing you with a lot of stuff and hearing these conversations, I don't think in our communities we really understand the need of being informed. I don't think that we understand the need of the Medicare review because as I watch you do what you do, a lot of people are in shock with the information that they find out. They're not aware, and a lot of them don't have transportation and they struggle with getting to and from their doctor's appointment. Some of them are scared to just go out at certain times of the day. And I watch you talk to the seasoned citizens and provide some comfort, some peace, and some release of the frustration and irritation, aggravation they deal with on a daily basis. And you place them in a position where they pretty much can get their needs met at home, except for certain things you can't do in house. But it gives them a sense of peace that they don't have to get a pace car. They don't have to wait for a family member to take them to the doctor's office. They don't have to have the stresses and the strains of trying to figure out how to get to the appointment and then how to get back. So you provided their comfortability that they can get their needs met in the comforts of their home. And I think that's the biggest takeaway for me, and it should be for anybody who have a family member, especially if you're an only child and you're busy and your job give you stresses and strain from taking off so much. If your parent can be able to get their needs met within their comforts of their home, whether in a senior citizen apartment, because they do come into senior buildings, they come everywhere. So if they get those needs met in house, why not? Why not get that done? But the problem with us, we're not aware of these benefits you can receive. And some of us are too fearful to ask questions. And some of us who don't know just don't want to admit, I don't know. Just like when my niece called me about helping her uncle, I'm like, hold up, hold up, hold up. I don't know. But baby, I got somebody that do. Let me contact her because that's not my field. That's not my expertise. And I always want to put somebody and connect a person with somebody to whom I trust, whom I believe will look out for that person's best interest. Now, in the process, she learned a lot. She learned about the patience of sitting on the phone with Medicare just to get it started. When she calling me, I'm like, okay, I'm not the Medicare representative. I don't know. And then she talked to you and you informed her this is the process, especially at open enrollment season. But if you call certain time of the day, you'll get it. And she followed your instructions. She got the next day. She called a certain time of day. She called me back and said, I got in.
Well,
I was like,
before I got my license, I did this for 21 years before I got my license. And
mm-hmm,
I waited on the phone a lot of days with seniors and people that needed help. So that's how I was able to inform her. And if you call at a certain time, you get right in, you know.
mm-hmm.
And other times of the day, you might hold on for hours, and I mean hours,
Yeah,
especially
for sure.
this time of year. Especially
Uh-huh.
this time of year.
So how often is open enrollment for Medicare reviews or signing up?
Well, actually, it's all year round, but
Mm-hmm.
changes can only be made when you have A, B, and D, and between a certain period. I believe it's October the 15th through December 7th. But if you have Medicaid, you can get a medical review at any time. It's
Mhm.
only when you just have Medicare and Medicaid, Medicare A, B, and D, that you have to go in the disenrollment period. Then they have a special election period from January to March,
Mhm.
where if you change your plan in December, from
Mhm.
October to December, and it didn't work with you, then
Mhm.
you can change it one more time between
Mhm.
January and March 31st, January 1st and March 1st, and that's
Ah,
when the T65s uh,
mhm.
need to be calling in or trying to find out what they need to do, because once they turn 65, July is the cutoff for the Part B. So if you haven't got everything set up by July, then you won't have Part B until the next enrollment period for Part B. I believe it's once a year or twice a year, maybe. I'll get that information to you for sure. But I do know
Mhm.
that July, uh, every year, is the cutoff period for Part B.
Mhm.
So you'll have A and you can get D, but you won't be able to get D. So that's why
Okay.
they have the special enrollment from January to March for T65s,
Mhm.
so that Medicare specialists can help them to make sure that they got their Part B by July.
Oh, okay.
That's why
See,
some
I didn't
people
know.
That's why some people have, if you look at the bottom of your red, white, and blue card, it says
Mhm.
effective date for A and for effective date for B. And sometimes people dates are a year apart or 6 months apart is because they didn't
Mhm.
catch the Part B in time. Or they didn't know they supposed to get Part B.
Oh,
It's a
see.
whole enrollment for the B. Hmm.
So each section has its own enrollment period,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yes.
Okay. Is there out of pocket costs when you have Medicare? Um, like co-pays? I know there's probably co-pays for something or
It depends on what doctor you go to, what medication you taking. All of that is a contributing factor. Uh,
okay.
if you got Medicaid or additional help, you can't really predict. Some people end up with nothing, and other people still have to pay a copayment. And it depends on your income. It depends on a lot of factors. So that question is like, it's an individual thing.
Yeah, on
Each
individual basis.
Right. Each person case is different. It's
Yeah,
not
I
it's not
just
a bucket with a whole bunch of everything in the same bucket. Each
right.
person insurance needs and availability, what they qualify for, uh,
Mhm.
could be totally different living in the
Okay.
same household.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Because some people think, when I get 65, I get Medicare, all my costs are gonna be cut. That's why I asked that question. So
Not
people want to.
necessarily. It depends on
Yeah.
your income. If
Mhm.
if you bringing in $4,000 a month and got medic and getting Social Security, and you have Part A, B, and D, they're not gonna they're gonna pay for whatever they're gonna pay for, but you don't qualify for any of the other services that help you pay for the additional costs. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can't get Medicaid because your income is too high. You can't get additional help, your income is too high. You can buy a supplement, but you still got an expense. So it depends on how
Right.
much money you get from Social Security,
Mhm.
uh, what's going to happen with your insurance, basically.
Oh, wow. So that's a lot to take in and try to figure out. So, is there any way that you can prepare yourself before you turn 65? Like, can you call Social Security and find out how many work hours that you have up or
Yes,
how many hours you would need so you can meet that Medicare requirement?
yes, yes. I'm sure you can, or you can make an appointment to go to the Social Security office, and
Hmm.
you can find those things out, or you can go to mysocialsecurity.com, and it's a website for it. And I don't know, I never researched that, but it's supposed to have everything on there. But when you pull it up, it pulls up everything about you, whether you get Social Security or not. But it tell you what you'll
Hmm.
get if you retire at this point. So it should be able to tell you if you have enough points or not.
Okay.
But I
So,
know
but
if
if
you
you,
call Social Security, they can tell you if you
right,
have enough points or not. Absolutely,
right.
they can.
Okay, well, that's probably something I need to look into myself so I can see. But I'm sure I got enough points, but I'm just saying, I won't know. I won't know.
even if you're self-employed and you're filing self-employed taxes, before they give
Uh-huh.
you your money from your self-employment, you're paying into Medicare.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
So
people
that
don't.
counts too.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
you gonna pay taxes on that money before they give you your change. Yes,
Right.
please. I'm
Yeah. I didn't know that. So I now know. But if
yes.
you early retire, you can't get anything unless you have a disability, right?
Say it again, please.
If you early retire, you really can't get anything unless you have a disability, right? Not no Medicare. You don't qualify for Medicare if you early
No,
retire.
you don't qualify for Medicare unless you're 65 or disabled.
Okay.
Even if you decide to draw your Social Security at 62, you can't get
Mm-hmm.
Medicare at 65.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that clears up, people. So you can't get Medicare till you're 65, even if you early retire at 62. Your
Right.
benefits don't
You
kick
can
in
draw
till you're
your Social
65.
Security down at 62. Um,
Yeah.
they say it's like you get penalized or whatever, but you know, who says it's going to be here when you get 65? And they're talking about moving it up to 67. So, but you can't get
Really?
Medicare. Oh, yeah. You can't get Medicare until you're 65 or disabled.
Well, why would they want to move it to 67?
Because people are living longer.
Yeah, but people are not able to work as long as they think. They living
Especially
long.
now, they haven't grounded their teeth in it, but it came up. You know, I watch a lot of
Uh-huh.
political news. It
Me
came
too.
up, and other things started happening, so it hasn't come back up yet because they're trying to pass the different bills. But it was
Mm-hmm.
a discussion that was on the table.
Okay. So that's the reason why every year you need to Medicare review because things change.
Every year the plans change. The plans change. Some fit, some made like this year. United Healthcare might be your plan,
Mm-hmm.
the plan that you need to have, and then next year Aetna might be the plan that you need. Every year
Mm-hmm.
the plans make adjustments. The plans
Mm-hmm.
might, but they might take out something or add something. So,
Mm-hmm.
and some plans stay the same, but your condition has changed. So this is why
Mm-hmm.
every year you have to have a Medicare review so you can see if you have the best plan for what your situation is medically at that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Connie is licensed and all this stuff. She took 1,001 tests
Oh
to
my
do
goodness.
this.
Oh
A
yeah.
1,001. Been up to 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning working on this stuff so she can be able to better serve those who need her services. So give me your number, Connie. They can contact if they have questions.
312-730-8279. That's 312-730-8279.
Now just know she's in the state of Illinois, not in Wisconsin, not in Missouri, not in Michigan, not in Florida, not in Washington. She's in Illinois. So she knows what's happening inside of this state. Now she may be able to guide you somewhere else. If you have a question she can't answer, she's good at directing to somebody who can be able to assist you. So if you have a question, then ask her. But Connie, tell them what else you do because you're a woman of many hats.
Said it. I'm my kids. I'm trying to tell him I'm on the live screen. He's just like, "Are you at home?"
Tell them, yeah, you at home.
These kids is a lot, baby.
Mother's jobs never end.
It never ends. It's never
It,
ends.
it's all it's
I
all
was trying to
good.
I'm trying to explain to him that I was on a live screening to text me.
Uh-huh. And he started talking. Hey, Ma, you at home? You at
Right.
home? He won't know if you at home. Just tell him, yeah, baby, I'm at home.
So we're going to mention the tablets. We do help people to receive tablets in the community, and we were doing phones. We're considering doing phones again, but right now we're doing tablets. The tablets are absolutely free, but there is a $20 activation fee for the internet on the tablets. The tablets stay on for about a year. And then they always coming out with new products that you can always switch to, even if you don't have it in a year. And
Right.
the tablets are 4G, and they have 8 gigs of data, for the internet each month. So um, if you're interested in receiving a tablet, you can contact either one of us. Just call my phone number, and I can give you more information and tell you how you qualify. Most people qualify if they have SNAP benefits, and or Social Security. Depends on how much it is. I believe you have to be under 17,000, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken, and
17.
and uh and you have to be honest, because some people, they have us putting all this information in and know they got a tablet yesterday. So
Right.
so if you have a product, it doesn't mean that you can't get the tablet, but just let us know so that we won't have to go to the extremes to find out that you just got a tablet yesterday, because all this
Right.
stuff links up together. And but if we can help you to receive tablets or whatever we can do, we're there to help. So just give us a
Mm-hmm.
call. Call me, call her. She knows how to get in contact with me. I know how to get in contact with her. We're a team. So just call, find out, do you qualify for a tablet? What are the stipulations for a tablet? We can help you to get what you need, but you have to reach out and touch.
Right. Okay. And then Connie is also a licensed insurance agent as well.
Yes.
So tell them about the insurance portion.
Well, I help people. Well, it's a lot of people that don't think about the importance of having life insurance because they're alive and they're young and they feel good, and they don't want to spend that monthly money to make sure that if something happened, that things are secure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, healthy people, things happen. Sick people, things happen. But if you healthy or sick and you make sure that your life is in order all the way, even at the time when that special moment come, then you should make sure you have some life insurance. Whether it's
Mm-hmm.
just final expense, if you can't afford a lot of money, there's a policy called final expense. um, I would suggest to get a universal life index, because that policy accumulates money, and when you get a certain age, you can draw off the policy and have this money in your pocket before you die. It's called living benefits. If you get sick,
Mm-hmm.
the policy pays you, like disability. So if you got $100,000 policy, you'll be getting $2 or $3,000 a month. Uh, and that's just off the top of my head. It might not be those figures because
Mm-hmm.
everybody is different. Insurance is based on age. So the
Mm-hmm.
younger you start the policies, the more expensive the policy becomes for your investment, not for you to pay. Your policy is going to be the same amount every month, but that policy is going to accumulate money. So a hundred
Mm-hmm.
thousand dollar policy that said that you started at age 25, by the time you get age 80, that policy will be worth 400,000 and something.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my suggestion, is to go to Universal Life Index, and I wouldn't recommend term for anyone, because term, you can outlive it. Um, and not know it. This is what our
Mm-hmm.
senior community is going through right now. What
Mm-hmm.
the insurance man used to come to mama house and collect those little money they was collecting. They never explained to the neighborhood that those were term policies, and we didn't know the difference between term and whole. So we was walking around saying, "I'm dead, more alive, more valuable dead than I am alive." And then when you turn 80, you have no coverage. You can't
Right.
get you can't get life insurance after 85. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend anyone to mess with a term policy, because if you forget and outlive your policy, you just outlived your policy.
Yeah.
And
And
then
that's what most
um,
companies offer is term.
no, it's like what people ask for. 'Cause a lot of people say, when most agents like, what kind of budget can you afford to pay for
Mm-hmm.
your insurance and make sure you pay it? They say, well, I can only do $22. So what kind
Mm-hmm.
of results? They're not going to say to them, well, I can't give you whole life for $22, and
Mm-hmm.
you're 55 years old.
Mm-hmm.
No. So instead of telling them that, they'll just go ahead and give them the term because it's more
Mm-hmm.
affordable, but it only lasts, it's term, for a term, a period. So
Mm-hmm.
it depends on your agent. If your agent is thorough enough to explain to you the difference between whole life, term life, and that's the agent job. That's what we go to
Mm-hmm.
school for. That's what we get licensed for.
Yeah.
It can't be
But
about
people
the
don't.
money. It has to be about the client.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't like to ask questions, and I find that a lot of people depend on their job insurance, not realizing once you leave that job, that insurance don't
Goes.
go with you. It stays at your place of employment, and the best way to set your kids up for life is to get insurance on them.
The best way to set you up for life is get insurance on you.
Yeah, but these are some of the things. If I knew back then what I know now,
Oh
I
my
would
God.
have made.
I would be
I'd have been.
15.
I'm
I
telling you.
I would have had so many policies and be cashing them in right now.
I'm telling you.
Living benefits.
I'm telling you. But when you pass a
But you know
certain
what?
age,
It's things like this, like your broadcast to a woman heart, that will help people to make the decisions, the right decisions that we didn't have the knowledge to make.
hmm,
So yeah.
yeah. And if you get a newborn, don't they start insurance babies at new? What's the youngest they can insure them? Newborn, newborn.
You
I'm
can
sure.
start a policy on a newborn. Imagine putting a $50,000 universal life policy on a newborn, and by the
Hmm.
time they get the age of 65, how much money they can pull off this policy?
And it won't cost you that much. See, the younger they are, the
The
cheaper the
cheaper
cost.
the
So it
insurance.
does not affect your budget. What you spend on, no offense, kind, what you spend on cigarettes, what you spend on pop, what you spend on hair, what you spend on getting your nails done, your feet done. And we're not talking about shopping for clothes, just those minute things and going out and buying lunch. You can take that money right there, put it on your youngest child or your young children, and instead of spending it that way, invest in it with your kids, and then
Oh yeah.
when they get older, they'll have money. You know what I'm saying? They'll be set for life. But we in our community don't think like that. I keep saying this. In a sense, our mentality is kind of backwards. We'll stand in line for some Michael Jordan gym shoes and stand there for hours and won't invest in a mutual fund, an IRA, put up no 401k, buy no insurance policy. We'll spend $1,000 on hair and complain about a $50 insurance policy that's going
Right.
to benefit us or our
Right.
family, that will help them survive in the long run. And you think others get rich just by building business? No, they use insurance money. They
That's
and the other portion that we don't understand neither, what they do is they add their kids to their credit at a young age, and they set them up for greatness when they get older. So by the time they get grown, they got a working credit score. They can walk in and do whatever they want to do. We are leaving 2021. And I'm
absolutely.
always going to be honest and tell everybody the truth, whether you like it or not. It's time for a new way of doing things. It's time for a new way of thinking. And we need to get it Right, especially for those we're leaving. If you want to leave a legacy, we're showing you how to leave that legacy. Stop blowing your money on unnecessary stuff and put it where it's going to benefit you and your family. The insurance policy that Connie talking about is the life index. What she call it? That's
Life
gonna,
index.
yeah. I'm doing your number now.
Yes.
That's going to cover you if something was to happen, but it also covers you if you need it, especially in situations that we sitting in right now. So we need to think about these things. This is what this platform is for, to help us to think differently, a better way of doing things. How many of you are tired of being financially stressed, strapped, and strained?
Uh-oh, who's
And I hope that you will do the same thing, is to work on it, because it's just crazy. This is the time that we're living in, and we have to do things differently so we won't be in the bind like some of us are sitting right now.
absolutely. We got to
So
start thinking differently. uh
exactly.
you got to start thinking about the how what not just what I got today, and that's what it's going to be today. You got to think about what's going to happen tomorrow, nowadays, to plan financially, especially if we want our children to go to college and be successful. We got to
Mm-hmm.
stop thinking paycheck to paycheck and thinking, what can I set aside from this paycheck?
Exactly. Exactly. There's a different way of life.
Oh yeah.
It truly is. And I'm having one of those moments. Jesus. Look, we also do a senior program on Tuesday and Friday at 105 North Laramie. If you are a senior, well, they don't call them seniors, so let me take that back, because some of these seniors going
Seasoned
to cut my
citizens.
throat. Seasoned citizens. We're,
Absolutely.
we're there from 10 to 2. But right now we're in the holiday season, so we suspended stuff until January. Every Tuesday, we give away food boxes at 105 North Laramie. It's True Love Church. It's on the corner of Washington and Laramie. Now, let me give you a description. There's a big church on the corner. That's not the church. Next to it, with the bars in the front, walk through and we will be inside those walls. Share this. We're in the business of helping. We're keeping our hands on the pulse of the community. That's what LCR does. Connie also has an organization called Preventive Services, which consists of her doing the Medicare review, all this stuff. My thing is to a woman's heart. So we collaborate, we work together to serve the people. That's our purpose. That's our goal. This is not a selfish thing. We're out here trying to help. We come out here to make sure we provide you with as much knowledge as we receive. We try to provide it to you.
Absolutely.
Okay? So just think about that. Get your mamas, your grandmamas, your great grandmamas, your great aunt who just sitting at home doing nothing, complaining about they bored and they don't have nothing to do. We feed them, we play games, we go bowling, we do all kinds of stuff. We have nurse come in, we have a therapist, we have doctors come in house. We do
Absolutely.
everything in house, and we're grateful for the pastor who has opened up his doors to allow us to service the community, and because that's what the mission is, go ye therefore.
Yes.
That's our job. That's our purpose. It's not talking about behind the walls. Our mission is go out in the highways and the byways and help the people that need it the most. All right. So now we didn't gave y'all a plethora of information this evening. And I'm burning up giving this information up under these lights. So I want you all to share this information. Share it. Let's spread the word and let's build a bond. We want to help each other. Everybody has a gift. Share your gift, share what you're doing so we can share with others. That way we can build each other. It's not about me, myself, and I. This is a collaborative effort. And
Absolutely.
together we can do more. But we
Ab-
have to come together to do what we need to do to help each other. Now, in the season citizen program at LCR, we're also doing a thing called the Voices of the Seniors. And the Voices of the Seniors will be a YouTube channel where seniors will be talking about their life experience. They would provide their wisdom. And I think, Connie's 60, I'm 61. We come up with people pouring into us.
Absolutely.
And we want to pay this forward because a lot of us miss out on quality information from people that we need to listen to. They live the life. So let's take that wisdom and apply it. You can't buy wisdom. You can't put it on layaway. You can't borrow it. You can't take a syringe and draw it out somebody who's
Right.
experienced life. You can't get it like that.
That's
So I'm just saying. Now, me and Connie had such a good week. Well, I had such a good week. She ain't had such a good day. So we praying for each other. We
yeah.
uplifting each other. And we keep smiling through it and we keep pushing forward. God got us. And I believe that. People come into your lives for a reason. And they come in there for a season. Some people are temporary. Some people are there for longevity. And what's on this live stream is longevity. Okay? I want
Absolutely.
y'all to know that it's all love. I ain't got, she got. She ain't got, I got. So it's called a sisterhood.
It
And I
is.
want us to understand the importance of a sisterhood. We see too much negativity on TV and in the street. Let's change that. 2021 is leaving. I know y'all say I'm preaching, but it's on my heart.
You're not preaching. You tell the truth.
2021 has been hard for a whole lot of people. And sometimes it's been hard for me. I've struggled in this season of life. People have lost loved ones. People have lost their job. They lost their savings. And a lot of people did not survive and they committed suicide because of the pressures of life. You got cancer. You got heart attacks. You got high blood pressure. You got stress, what is a silent killer. And
Exactly.
we're out here doing what we're doing and acting the way we acting and we don't get it. God is not pleased at all. Me and Connie have this conversation all the time. I said to her, "It's too many pharaohs out here. It's too many. Everybody want to be a leader. Nobody wants to follow nothing. And then we want to complain, but we don't want to provide no solutions to anything. We don't want to step up to the plate and help nobody. We're so selfish. Back in the day, if Sally next door didn't have no sugar, Barbara on the left side took her a bowl of sugar and gave it to her. We
That's right.
need to get back to that, start loving ourselves and loving each other. And stop
Absolutely.
taking the rug and pulling from under each other's feet.
Absolutely.
Enough of that. It's
It's
enough. It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
and it has to
It,
start within the families.
it
Families.
does.
The reason that we have a lot of crime and things are so chaotic. Well, the words speak that these are the last days. But if the families would control the families, if the families would step up to the plate, and the parents would stop being parents and stop being their children friends and be parents. Um, I think that they should hold the parents accountable for the crimes that their children commit. Uh, because if the parents were held accountable, a lot of stuff the kids wouldn't do because the parents don't want to go to jail. So they're
Right.
gonna be on top of their child. They're gonna be on top of what they do, the company they keep, the places they going. And we need to change how we're governing our children. We need to
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to where they're going and who they're hanging with. And they're coming home with new stuff, and you didn't buy it, not asking any questions. You know, it's a breakdown in the structure of the homes, and we need to turn that around first.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And stop judging people. One imperfect finger pointing at another imperfect finger. So we're all imperfect. So we
Absolutely,
have no room to judge and point our fingers at nobody. I'm not
absolutely,
perfect. I do things every time when I put my foot on the floor, you better believe I'm gonna mess up somewhere during the day. So when you think you put your foot on the floor and you're not gonna mess up, you're lying to yourself, but God know different. He know you
yeah,
was gonna do it from the get go. So you ain't fooling nobody but yourself. Let's get it together, people. If you're gonna walk in what thus said the Lord, walk in it. Walk. Just don't talk it. Let's walk in it.
That's right.
And we can be much better, but we do all this talking about what somebody else should do, and we're not gonna do nothing.
Don't
But
help.
we always got something to say.
Absolutely.
It's crazy, and it has to stop. It has to stop.
We
So
have to
that
we
was,
have we have to come together.
yep.
Uh everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of business people um is not working together. Not It's not trying to help pull the communities together. It's not enough of us out here servicing the community and getting the information out to the community. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing that has to change. Resources have to be more available.
Mm-hmm.
Have to be willing to go use the resources.
Mm-hmm.
That would help a lot. Counseling is definitely needed. The
Mm-hmm.
breakdown in the homes is definitely needed.
Mm-hmm.
Even for the so-called perfect parents, um, every you don't know what the child is going through in school that they're not sharing with.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's just a lot that we need to do to bring our community together instead of just sitting back watching it fall apart.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it starts with the person who you look at every day in the mirror.
And people always, I hear people criticizing church, but church helped a lot of people to not be the worst they could be. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I think that some kind of counseling, whether it's spiritual or that you gotta have somebody to talk to and to
Mm-hmm.
help direct you in the right direction. Because the mistake that I made that I could share with you could stop you from making a mistake. So
Yeah.
I think church works, but everybody don't like church, but church works for me.
But
Church
you know what?
saved my
The
life.
funny the funny part, the funny part to what you just said is
What?
we are the church.
Right,
So if you talk about the church, you're talking about yourself.
right,
Bottom line. Because the
right.
people up on the roof, inside the wall, sitting on the pews,
But I'm
it's
saying the
yeah.
people that I surrounded myself
Yeah.
in
Mm-hmm.
they helped me through a lot of things because you can talk to people in church. I mean, they're just like anything else that there's bad people or good people and everything. There's no thing that doesn't have good and bad in it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have if you'll know who to talk to and who not to talk to. If you
Right.
can't if you can't get to counselors or you too ashamed to go to some people won't go to counseling because they're ashamed. But
Mm-hmm.
counseling is not for a shame situation. It's to get some of that stuff out so you can move forward and you
Mm-hmm.
take what you learn and give it to somebody else. That's where
Exactly.
each one teach one comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't understand what each one teach one means. That means
Mm-hmm.
take your knowledge and spread it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we done helped ourselves tonight. We ain't helped nobody else. we
Help
done,
yourself. We got to
Lord God,
help
we
ourselves too.
we done helped ourselves. Therapy session for ourselves tonight. Sometimes it's needed though.
Yeah, it is.
It's needed.
It is.
So I thank you, Connie. We're gonna be coming back with more information.
Absolutely.
2022, we just gonna flood information as much as we can to keep you all informed and using the platforms and websites and whatever we build or come up with. We're gonna let you know what's going on so you can be aware and then you can be a part in the community. All right. Well, I'm gonna let Connie go rest, and then I'm gonna pack up all this stuff, and I'm gonna make my journey to where I reside.
Okay, you have a safe trip, and it's cold out there, so make sure you bungle up really well. The temperature is really falling, and it's nice and cold outside right now.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah, and hot flashes don't come when you need them.
No, they don't.
Okay.
They come when you don't want them to come.
Right. So I thank you. I love you,
I
and
love you.
we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Uh, all right.
Thanks for
See
having
y'all
me on
later.
the show. I hope that I gave out some information that's going to help somebody. Again, my number is 312-730-8279. My name is Connie. Call me. There's no dumb questions, and I'm available most of the time, all the time. So just call me. If I don't answer you, send me a text.
All right. See, y'all got information. I've been looking out for y'all. That's what I do. I look out for you. All right, y'all. Take care.